Dreamscape presents Dying in Detroit by Jonathan Watkins, narrated by Carrington McDuffie. For Carrie. Chapter 1. Darren Fletcher was nursing his first Crown and 7 of the afternoon when the man with the very white smile rapped his knuckles on the open office door. "Darren Fletcher?" "I am," Darren answered, rising out of his chair. He reached over his desk to shake the stranger's hand. Closer now, Darren could see that the man's eyes were a faint, ethereal blue. He was one of those guys who, through a combination of platinum club genetics and regular tanning, walked around in his 50s looking distinguished as opposed to old. He was square-jawed and tall, dressed in a cotton button-up and loose-fit jeans. His deeply tanned skin made his easy smile that much brighter. Darren couldn't smell him from this distance, but he guessed the man either smelled like the beach or some cologne that women would describe as tasteful. "Fantastic," the man said, and gestured toward one of the 2 leather armchairs facing Darren's desk. "May I?" "You bet. I was hoping you'd have time to talk without an appointment." "You're in luck. My afternoon's free. I've been filling it with mixed drinks and idleness. You want one?" "Do you offer all your clients drinks in the afternoon?" The man's friendly smile remained, but there was a hint, somewhere in the inflection of his voice, that it wasn't an offhand question. "You're not a client, yet. People who make appointments beforehand get me clean and sober. Walk-ins take their chances." "Fair enough. Scotch on the rocks?" Darren stood and turned around to the bar that was set into the wall behind his desk. "This is a nice location. Big rooms, lots of windows, downtown so you don't have to drive to court. Am I right?" "We like it, yeah." "Bright and Fletcher. Does that mean this is a 2-lawyer firm, or are there people under you?" "Just me and Izzy." "Izzy?" "Issabella Bright, of the bright side of Bright and Fletcher." Darren turned around. The man's drink poured and his own freshened. His guest took the offered scotch with a polite nod and sipped it cautiously. He settled back in his chair and nodded with approval. "Very good. Thank you." "Florida." "I'm sorry?" "Just a guess. You're a retiree from something professional with a college degree behind it. Hit it big in the 90s and punched out early. So now it's Florida in the winter and back here to be around family and friends in the summer. Maybe a little condo near the lake, golf where the mood strikes you, cardio at the club because you care about being fit enough to enjoy what you've got, lighter on the red meat than you used to be, but still no stranger to a good fillet and a few scotches in the evening. No ring or tan line on the finger, so either widower or divorcee. Maybe a regular girl for fun and games, but no one who's getting written into the will. A Franklin or a David, but you insist on Frank or Dave because you're a regular guy. I'll probably just keep talking until you interrupt." "Howard." The man laughed. "But yes, it's Howie, because I'm a regular guy." "And the rest?" "Well, not Florida. Not that I haven't been. But lately it's been Arizona. Yes, on the golf and the broken marriage. The steaks and scotch, you bet. But I'm afraid you're off the mark on the money part. I never hit it big enough to call it a game and retire. I'm currently on the short end of things, financially speaking." "Then I guess we have nothing to talk about, Howie." Howie's very white smile drained away at that, and Darren let the moment stretch on between them. Finally, Howie barked with laughter. "That was good," he said, and shook his head ruefully. "A joker, huh? You had me for a second." "It's probably the booze." Howie seemed content to ask idle questions about Darren's practice, and Darren sat loosely in his chair answering them. He'd been in practice with Issabella Bright for 6 months. They were strictly criminal defense, and the 2 of them had made headlines the year before. Darren rattled off the story of how he and Issabella had met on a case where the client had been framed by a police department SWAT team. Those same cops had been running a heroin trafficking business. When Darren and Issabella had taken the case, they'd become targets. In the end, Darren had been shot, the crooked cops wound up.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?